Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the incomparable and handsome Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Well, hello. How are you?
I am absolutely fabulous, like one of your favorite sitcoms. Just, enjoy. We're midweek here. It's hump day. We're having a great time. I keep on thinking it's Thursday. I thought it's Thursday the past 3 days, which is rough when you think it's Thursday all week long. But now we're actually approaching Thursday, so I'm feeling great. We have some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to discuss today. We will also be recapping on a separate episode Denise Richards and her wild things. Also this week, very, very exciting. I think this is the reason why I've been thinking it's Thursday all week long, is because I can't stop thinking about it. Traitors finale is this Thursday, and we have been recapping the entire season on Patreon. So if you've been wondering where our Traitors recaps are, they're over there. Now, if you are not a Patreon member, obviously we encourage you to join patreon.com/watchwhatcrappens. But something has happened in the world of Patreon and Apple, which is that Apple has introduced kind of this Apple tax, which means that if you sign up through a Patreon app, as opposed to just going to the Patreon website normally, if you go through the app, Apple is going to take a 30% cut of that subscription. I mean, it doesn't impact you. You pay the same amount. We're just saying.
No, it does impact them. It's more expensive.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, the prices through the Apple app are more expensive. So if you want 30% less, sign up online. Just sign up online, and then you can still use the app.
Crazy.
I know, they're such greedy fucks. Like, they're honestly such greedy fucks. And what do they do for that 30%? Nothing. They have a stupid little app. So if you want to use the app, still use the app. Just sign up via web browser.
Wow, that is really upsetting to hear. So yeah, go to the web browser. I mean, all these platforms raising their prices incessantly. For what? And then, it's so funny. There was the whole strike last year, and all these streamers and platforms said, but we have no money, as they continue to raise the price over and over and over again. I wish we could go on strike, but we won't.
Who would we talk about Housewives with? I mean, that's one reason we'll never go on strike. Our heads will explode if we don't have somebody to talk about this shit with. So also,
picketing is really hard. It's really annoying. I picketed during that strike, and I had to hold a sign, and you walk around and it's hot and humid. And let me tell you something, it looks like it's easy. You just walk in circles. It gets old really quickly.
It doesn't look easy to me. It's hard to even walk around a grocery store. The other day I was in the HEB, and I went from the produce to the eggs just to see how expensive eggs were. Cause I want to be one of those people who's like, eggs are so expensive. I wanted to do that. So I did it. It was fun. It was like a tourist thing in the store. So I went over to the egg section, and I was like, this is exhausting. I'm so tired. Like, I looked at my steps on my app, on my watch. I was like, how many steps did I take? I've aged 5 years.
Yeah. What was your picket chant? Was it like, hell no, we will go? Actually, this is a lot of work.
No, I did this. I went and I stood in front of the eggs, and I went, eggs, $8. Oh my God. And then everyone, I know. And then everyone started going like, not everyone, but like a couple people were like, isn't it ridiculous? What is this world coming to? Just wait until the tariffs come. It was fun. I was rabble rousing.
Yeah, I like that. You should have also added in, we're here, we're queer, and we're not used to these egg prices. I don't know any other.
We're here eggs, we're queer eggs. Get used to it. I mean, if they were queer eggs, I would pay that much money. That would be awesome to have like gay eggs. I'd be like, here's my $10.
I mean, I feel like if the eggs prices were wrapped up in the eggs as silver whites, I would support it, but I don't think it is.
You're making eggs. You're like, I believe in life after love.
I just start singing Cher. That's my protest.
Queer eggs. Old queer eggs. It's like really guy. Old. I'm not, no Chapel Roan for me. I'm still sticking with my old queen egg dance.
Pony eggs. So we're in that kind of mood. By the way, next week we're going back out on the road. We're going to Cincinnati. We're going to Minneapolis, and we're going to Toronto, Love all three of those cities. I cannot wait to go back. So join us there, please. You can find ticket links on our website, watchcrappens.com. And then we're going to go to a whole bunch of other places later in the month, like Atlanta. By the way, New Atlantic is coming up this weekend, and it's really good. And the whole schedule's there. So watchcrappens.com.
And
anyway,
we'll be announcing what we're doing next weekend for live shows on Friday. So check out our Instagram. And we'll also mention it here on the show. But
yeah,
that's where you find out.
No, we will never mention it. It's a secret until you get there.
We really don't know because it's such a weird in-between time for Bravo. I'm used to having like multiple housewives to choose from, you know, at the end of the week, mid to end of the week, and we don't have that. So what will it be? We don't know.
I know. And we're also doing like a Sunday show, which we don't often do Sunday shows. So it's like, what do we recap all the way on a Sunday when all the content aired earlier in the week? So we're going to figure it all out, but it'll be fun no matter what. And
yeah, it's going to be fun times. I'm excited.
We always have a great time
here. I'm excited to start egg rabble all over the country. I'm going to a grocery store in every town and going, whoa, the price of eggs, I'm all right. We're going to fight it out.
Yeah, you do that. So I'm talking like Michael's on Southern Hospitality. So let's get on with the recap. Real Houses of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 14, 1414, everyone. Hemlines and headlines, you know, I sewed a shirt last night. I finished sewing a shirt last night. I almost wore it on today's Crappens on Demand, and then I thought it'd be ridiculous, so I didn't. And now I kind of wish I had. I'm sad.
I don't think it's ridiculous at all. I saw it on your Instagram. I think it looks really good, that shirt. And I was like, wow, thanks. Ben's inner style is really coming out with you learning to sew. Like I'm starting to see what you're going, like what you're, you know, like your inner style. I don't know.
Well, it's funny. You know what's actually funny is that if I go to a store, I don't really know what to buy for myself, and I usually wind up. I always get like sort of something that's like blue or gray, and it's always kind of like samey. It's a little safe, but when I sew, I think going to the store, I see fun fabrics. I'm like, that looks fun. Wouldn't this be wild? And so I make these wild things for myself. But then when I shop very tamely for myself, isn't that funny?
It's like before you eat queer eggs before you sew. You're like, yes, like you're living your best life through that sewing machine. I love it.
Oh, I got some crazy ass fabric also that is. Guys, here's a teaser. There's gonna be a wild shirt coming down the pike. I got the craziest fabric that it'll be hilarious. Anyway, so fashion, right?
I just want you to know while we're talking about fashion, I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Okay,
thank you.
Because that's all people do fashion for. They just need people to say they're proud.
Are you proud of me, or are you just proud because you just did a protest for queer eggs?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of queer eggs. I'm proud of everybody. No, but I'm proud of you.
I am a queer egg.
So let's do this. So Bose is at home, and really her only scene today is that she made tea for her daughter. And
it's true.
I felt kind of bad for her because she didn't get any scenes today, but it was nice. And she's like, oh, I picked the lemongrass myself. And her daughter's like, where? And she's like, from the jar. Ha, ha, ha.
I know by the way, she made a vanilla lemongrass tea. I don't know if I would like that tea. I'm going to say that right now. I think I would like the lemongrass part of it. I don't think I want vanilla in my tea. I think vanilla lemongrass, I don't know how you make vanilla lemongrass and it's not sweet also. I don't know.
Vanilla, I think it makes everything better.
See.
Because vanilla, every sweet recipe calls for vanilla. I mean, I eat overnight oats every day. Like that's my newest thing that I'm obsessing over. And the only thing that makes that taste good is vanilla. I don't care. You can put anything else in it. It won't taste right. But if you put some vanilla plus everything else, vanilla's a miracle worker, guys. You know what this world needs? Vanilla. Vanilla for president.
Yeah, move over eggs. Vanilla's in town. Now, vanilla is great. And there was a whole article in the New York Times about why do we say vanilla like such a pejorative all the time when it's actually such an important ingredient with so much flavor that's like really expensive and valuable, but we still are like, ew, that's vanilla. I'll spend $18 for that tiny jar of vanilla, please. So it's like obviously like nice, but
vanilla's expensive. That's true.
But it can go in a crazy direction. Vanilla extract, fabulous. Vanilla flavoring, I don't know.
You mean like the artificial flavoring?
Yeah, just like if you were to have like a vanilla scented candle, which you obviously don't eat, or like a vanilla if you have some sort of like maybe a vanilla mocha something or another, sometimes that vanilla flavor goes on strong. And that's where my red flags are going off with this tea. I just feel like, isn't the lemongrass good enough? Why do you have to add the vanilla to it?
Well, I can guarantee you no other podcast had this much controversy over Bose's time on the show today.
No other podcast has been 10 minutes in and has only discussed eggs and vanilla. And the Apple tax.
Guess what we're in a hurry to do? Nothing. Okay, so now we go over to LA Model Management, and Garcelle's there with Jade, and they've got their, modeling agent over there who's like, guys, I've got a little surprise for you. It's your Q card or whatever it's called, your comp card.
Yeah. And it's Jade's first comp card thing. And Garcelle's like, wow, you got your comp card. That's huge. And he just seems so uninterested. He's like, cool.
Well, let me tell you what they didn't give me as a model for chunky clothes at Dillard's when I was, a teenager. A comp card. They didn't give me that. Where's my comp card? What, fat kids just don't get those? This is one of those times where I just get mad at skinny kids just for being skinny. Like, what do you get to be a model for? Guess what? They looked at me and they said, you know what you'd be good for? To repaint all of the bowling ball racks in the bowling alley. Get to it, or you're never getting allowance again. Okay, that's what fat kids get.
Wow. The original Pink Pony Girl, Bonnie Karen.
Why is that what that song's about?
She's like, her mom's like, my mom called me up and said, oh, you're a Pink Pony Girl. Da, da. Like her mom doesn't let, if I remember correctly, which is not like I haven't heard the song in forever, but I so rarely actually listen to lyrics. She's like living out in West Hollywood, and her mom's like, get back to Tennessee right now. You're a Pink Pony Girl. You're not someone who hangs out with the queers of West Hollywood. And then she's like, no, I'm in the Pink Pony Club. Now, this could be totally inaccurate, but that was always my interpretation of the lyrics.
That whole song has been about eggs being expensive this whole time.
Yeah,
sorry, I'll let go of eggs. I don't know why I'm so upset like a week later about eggs, but I am.
Don't let go. So we're at Sutton's house, and she is wearing some thick red frame glasses, and so she FaceTimes Reba, and she's like, "Hi, Mom, how are you?" And she's like, "I might, could be, would be, kind of, could be such and okay." It's like, "Okay, Mom, thank you. I'm excited to see you tomorrow." She goes, "Yeah, well, of course, my hair's freezing up, but these are the sacrifices you make for a needy daughter in California."
I'm sorry, were you not going for one of the mushrooms in Super Mario? Because you still look like that. So, I mean, I like that haircut. She's just like, I want to thwart Mario. That's my look.
I like it. It's like she has
only walks
ravioli
sideways.
over half of her head. She has a giant gray hair ravioli just hanging right here.
No.
Oh, I wish Toad was like Reba. I hate Toad's personality. Toad is like, he's like, yeah, all the time. And I would just love a bunch of Rebas who's like, oh, you want to go into the castle? Do you ever think that maybe she just isn't that into you? Maybe she likes Bowser, huh, Mario?
She was trying to get kidnapped. Do you think it's strange that Peach is kidnapped every single video game? Okay, at some point you need to realize Peach is trying to get away. Right.
You realize it's a fool's errand to ask me to be proud of you when you're just a plumber. Okay, I wanted you to go to Wall Street, Mario.
So Sutton's super excited, but her hair's frizzing, and Sutton goes, "We have people like that. People like Dorit. Poor people, mother. Now listen, your hair's frizzing, but at least your bank account's not on the frit. Like Dorit." By the way, I thought that episode was so funny, and I know it was really controversial with the whole Dorit thing. People are like, "Oh my God, Sutton's such a terrorist," which I think we would agree with, but still applaud. And I thought, well, that's such a stupid comment, and it's not that funny, like her reads I thought were so stupid, like, you're poor, but man, it really caught on like wildfire. People are just calling Dorit Dorit all over the internet. So you know what? Mission accomplished. I guess she did a good job. Her gaze did well.
Finally, after like 6 years of calling her Dorito, we now have Dorit instead. So that's good.
She's making a new $5,000, jumpsuit that looks like, you'd wear on safari if you were herding the animals in Africa. And it's just going to say Dorit. on the front of the name.
Why did it take us so long to come up with Poirot? Like, why did it take Sutton Strack to be the one to introduce Poirot to the masses? I feel like that's something that like we as an internet community should have been able to introduce like several years ago.
I feel like it's probably something they stole from a comment thread somewhere, you know,
it probably
like
is
a Reddit thing or something. Although I don't think I've seen it there before, but I see it now every single day.
Poirot.
So then we go over to Kathy Hilton, and Kyle is picking her up, and, you know, Kathy's trying to get into the mailbox. She's like, Kathy, get into my car. It's the mailbox. She's like, oh, wow. She's like, can you believe this heat? I'm wearing all black in the heat. I'm just not in the mood. Like, I'm not in the mood because I'm single now.
Well, she would have worn a different color, but unfortunately that involves opening up a French door into a separate closet, and she hasn't quite mastered how to open a French door just yet. Yeah. So Kathy is like, how are you doing? She's like, well, I think I'm like a bit shocked and still like processing because like honestly, I was in the car driving with Jen, and she felt so bad to tell me, but she had to tell me. And Jen, I believe, Jen's her assistant, right? I think we saw her a few weeks ago, sort of crammed up against the side of the car, going to some party. So this is, of course, referring to the headlines of Mauricio spotted kissing a new woman in a random airport in Greece, where definitely there was a paparazzo just waiting.
Yeah. You know, the theories are all over on that one. People are saying it's probably just a Bravo fan in the airport that ended up selling it to TMZ, which I can kind of buy, because last week I was like, this is Kyle or Mauricio. You know, I was onto that last week, but I can see how it was probably just one of us, you know.
That's actually true. I mean, it's totally conceivable. I mean, iPhones are actually so powerful now that you could compete with a paparazzo, you know.
Yeah. Windows
probably one of us. We did it.
iPhone specifically. We're like, fuck Apple. iPhones are the best in the world. So she's very upset and wearing black today because, you know, Mauricio is getting some ass. And she's like, I'm shocked. I'm processing. Like, oh my God. Oh, what do I know? And then we see headlines. Mauricio spotted kissing new woman. And she's like, honestly, I was like, I don't even know. I mean, she said she lost the feelings in her legs when she saw that, like Jen did. And, you know, I was like, maybe it's because I've been crushing you up to the side of the car and not really giving you leg room, but still, you don't deserve it. You're an assistant.
I don't believe that Jen lost feelings in her legs when she saw that photo. That is some assistant bullshit right there. That's someone angling for a raise. No, I guarantee every assistant that sees something like that is chuckling and sending it to a group chat somewhere with other assistants. Okay, there's no assistant who sees that and is like, oh my God, I lost my feelings in my legs.
Those are the only people Kyle hires, you know? Like she hangs out with that guy, her best friend. He's so sweet. Like he seems so sweet. He's on E or something now. And he's always like, Kyle. Justin. Like she loves that energy around her. Just like, oh my God, Kyle, I saw that about Mauricio and I lost my legs. Literally, I'm in a wheelchair.
Jen, oh my God, like we were walking through Whole Foods and she was just sliding across the floor because she said she still couldn't even use her legs yet. She was so in shock from that photo.
It was so hard for Jen to check me out at Whole Foods. I mean, she just watching her drag herself to the checkout lane. I had to lift her actually to scan the things.
And when they said, why are you lifting a grown woman? I said, because she's in shock. She saw a photo of Mauricio in the Mykonos airport kissing someone and then down went the cash register. She just was like right there on the floor, everyone losing feelings in their legs.
Oh, is that in a tabloid? No. I mean, it's just only on E, but still, huge news, huge.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
You know, why is Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, why are they still on the cover of every tabloid? It's so weird. I noticed that at the grocery store. Can you tell I had a very eventful time at the grocery store? Why is it the same people from like 40 years ago on the cover of every tabloid? It's bizarre.
True. But like who else are they going to put on there right now?
Tina Yothers? I mean, if you're going to reach into the past, at least bring me people I want to know about. What happened to Tina Yothers? Who's she fucking?
Who's Tina Yothers fucking? Okay. Yeah. We need to. Is she fucking Brad Pitt? I don't think so. Did she lose her feeling in her legs when she saw Mauricio kissing that girl? I'd like to know.
Thank you. So yeah, she has no feelings in her legs now. So Kathy's like, well, how are you doing? And she goes, yeah. Oh, so Kathy's like, so she lost her legs when she saw what? She goes, the picture of Mauricio. Who? Maurizio, my ex-husband and that girl kissing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
She's like, well, isn't that why you're asking how I'm doing? She goes,
Well, kind of, yeah, but I wanted you to bring it up. I don't know. I knew eventually we would see something like that. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. So we're allowed to talk about this on camera, or are you going to refuse to speak to me for 3 more years?
They're all like, we've always thought Mauricio was a man whore, and we were just waiting for him to start man whoring it up now that you guys are separated. So Kyle's like, I saw it like everyone else saw it on TMZ. It's just like very strange to see. And I was expecting to see him in person out or like at a restaurant, or maybe he'd be like in a country music video with a hot girl. I don't know, but like not like this.
yeah. And she's like, well, I don't want him to feel guilty because, like, I mean, he's allowed to do what he wants, you know, but like, it's also like, why are you being so irresponsible? Kyle, you have been following that lady around and calling the paparazzi to take your picture for literally years now. Just stop. I can't with Kyle and her, like, how could he purposely be in paparazzi pictures with the person he's having an affair with? Come to Morgan Wade, March 17th at the Palladium.
But also didn't Kyle kind of like, wasn't she the one who kind of like got this separation on the, you know, like on its rails? Like, wasn't this sort of like at her wishes? I don't know if we ever got that articulated, that it was like her choice. They made it like it was a mutual thing, but it seemed like all of last season was about how she wasn't feeling it anymore, and she had been pulling away from Mauricio. So I don't know.
Because Mauricio wasn't around, like he was working too hard when she needed him the most.
Yeah, and
you know, I get the whole being hurt thing. It's just the paparazzo thing is where I'm calling bullshit with Kyle, because she's the worst at calling paparazzi on herself. It's like, look, Kyle Richards is passing Old Navy with lesbian lover Morgan Wayne.
Kyle's like, am I going to feel differently now? Is he not going to like want to be as nice to me now? Is he like not going to be allowed to, like, if he has a new person, like, is he not going to be allowed to be nice to me with the new person, like, in his life? Like, these are the thoughts that are going through my head that I'm just going to like maybe also implant in my daughter's mind, that there's like a new evil person somehow in our family. I don't know. Like, is this what's going to happen to me now? We're having the best divorce ever. Like, that was really holding on to that. Like, now I might lose that.
Yeah. Which I think is a valid concern, because they can still play family, you know, when he's single. They can still like play family, but then if there's another lady there, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, you can't play family anymore. But also she has been really like, she has been really taking a victory lap with her friends, you know, saying like, well, we just kind of have like the best divorce. Like, we don't fight. Like, everything is fine. Like, we're kind of great. So this may threaten this whole identity that she's built up of herself as being like a model for consciously uncoupling.
Yeah. So she's like, well, yesterday I wanted to write him and say, like, who is that? I thought it's none of my business. And, you know, and it's not. And Kathy's like,
No. I mean, right now it's none of your business.
Kathy.
I'm sorry. Was I not allowed to say that? Are you going to stop speaking to me for another thing?
Kathy just always having to check in. Then we go to Erica's house, and Erica is doing that thing where there's no HGTV to show off your house, so she's just doing it herself. She's just like crying in every room, like, oh my God, look how glamorous it all came together. I'd like to thank me for being so true to myself. Thank me.
And Martin Lawrence Ballard is there.
Hello. Look at all this glamour this morning. And we see before and after. It's like it's one cluttered room becomes a different type of cluttered room. But it does look really good. It's a little busy for my taste, but it does look like it has an artistic point of view. So it looks, you know, he's a pro. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I love the wallpaper. You know, I'm a wallpaper person.
The wallpaper was great.
It's maybe a little overdone on the wallpaper, but I liked it. I thought it was really nice. The wallpaper in the kitchen, specifically the kitchen. I think the kitchen looks great. He did like palm tree wallpaper and then like a palm tree looking gold light fixture in there. Yeah. I thought that looked pretty good.
I like that. I actually thought the bedroom was his best room. That one just looked fantastic. It was like the living room to me was really good. It's just a minor quibble. There was like a table that drove me nuts in there that had like little knobby legs, and I just hated it. But other than that, you know, it looked great.
Well, he also does things where he puts those antique chairs everywhere where he's like, ooh,
It's like your Marie Antoinette. This was actually from Marie Antoinette's douche room
or whatever. And he puts that in there. I'm like, Eric ain't sitting in that. Give me a chair I could use. I don't want some dusty ass old chair.
Oh, look at all this. It's all cleaned up and gorgeous. She goes, it is gorgeous. And I have to tell you something. Last night, I sat on this couch and I just took it all in. Some dick, that is. I took in a lot of dick on the new sofa. Broke it right in.
And I really like that her best viewpoint is the one facing the new wall of mirrors. She's like, I just sat here, right here in this couch, and I just took in the view. It's a view. You're standing. There's like 10 versions of you straight ahead, you know. He's like, well, feel the new energy. And so we see the before and after. And I think he did a really good job. He took a lot of her. Well, he took some of the furniture and he still used it, you know, because this was like a cheap job for him. It's not a cheap job to us. I mean, 35 grand is not cheap, but for him, that's pretty cheap. And basically, a lot of that money was spent on taping off the walls to make straight line painting everywhere. He really loves that. Like, look at the hallway. The bottom of the hallway is black. And then there's a black stripe. And then the rest is white. Look at the bungalow. Stripes. I'm like, does every room in here have to wear horizontal stripes? You know?
I did this for Sharon Osbourne. So,
the bungalow's like, do I look fat in here?
by the way, Erica is also taking a victory lap because her song was used in Anora, which when I saw Anora, amazingly, I did not pick out the Erica Jane song, but it was in there. So that's like, that's a thing. So she says, I feel like a new woman. I feel like a Nora. This is such a great new beginning, and it just feels like me. And I don't look at the furniture and have past memories. I look at it, and it's mine. Mine is a little bit of razzle-dazzle, reference to Chicago, which I'm currently starring in. And it's a little bit of glamour. And the glamour is coming back to Erica Jane. I got an antique little antique table next to me, and the glamour is back. This house is so me. I tried to get earrings out of the jewelry box and it wouldn't give them to me, little fucker. Now I no longer have to live like a pauper in my small, tiny $2 million house. Now I can live the life of a wealthy person. So Martin's like, well, you have a lifted energy. You feel lighter to me. She's like, yes, I am. I'm smiling. Wait, hold on one second. Let me try to do something that I've heard about. It's called empathy. Nope, still doesn't work. Well, you're not a miracle worker, Martin. What can I tell you?
He's like, well, here's what you are. You're a phoenix in a world of... You're a phoenix in a den of gorgeousness.
And then on cue, Erica's mom shows up like, hello, Phoenix Killer here. Hi.
Hi, it's the ashes from which the phoenix sprang. Oh, Mom, you're here. She's like, I sure am. Wow, this is magnificent.
Listen, you can't have a phoenix without someone to set it on fire first. Hi, oh, look at this wallpaper. You know, Joanne's going out of business. If you want me to get some things for this place, I'll go real quick.
Still, don't fall for it, Renee.
Mom, meet Martin. This is my mother, Renee. And she's an emotional terrorist and made me sad when I was younger when she sat in the back of my dad's recital and gave me dirty looks.
It was my job, honey.
He's like, more. Don't come near me, please. This is how I kiss now. Just stand right there, Renee. More.
Hey, sweetie, Erica, I want to just tell you something about your new boyfriend. I think he might be a homosexual. It's just my interior decorator, Mother. Oh, okay. I just get a little concerned there.
So we're putting Legos in our face now. Well, nice house. And she's like, let me give you the tour. First of all, turn around this way. Look, the best wall in the house. It's me. Well, it's also you now, which really diminished this wall. Mom, move over to the kitchen. The wall is good again.
And she's like, wow, this is gorgeous for a tacky person's home. She's like, thank you, Mother. Now, do you want to see the living room? Okay, step in here. She's like, well, honey, I haven't actually had to really move. I'm sort of feel like no matter if I take like a little inch this way, I'm in one room, an inch that way, I'm in another. It's a pretty small place. I don't think
it's
I
amazing
need the door.
how you left home, but still managed to design a home that looks like where Tom is now residing. Are there bedpans around here that you want to decorate the living room table with?
It's a whole new vibe. She was like, well, thank goodness you needed a whole new vibe. This is more you, whatever you is to you these days. She said, thank you, Mother. Now, would you like to see the bedroom? Ooh, that's her hot spot. Ooh.
Oh, I bet. I bet it is.
So they go to look at this weird black and white hallway. The black and white hallway is the only thing I don't like. I don't like it. It's not working.
Yeah. It's not great.
So we see the before and it was plain white, and now it's got the palm tree everywhere. I'd also like to see maybe one solid wall. I don't know. The whole, it looks too funhousey with the wallpaper all around, because this is some loud wallpaper. But
It's
I
a
think
lot
overall
of
pretty
wallpaper.
nice. Also a new bed. Her bed is too like earth tony for this room.
So Renee is like, well,
I'm
I
watching
like
it
this.
like an actual HGTV show.
It's too earthy.
He's called, "This is something I did for $5. Please shut the fuck up." No,
So
nothing.
Renee's like, oh, I like this. It's like a light shade of copper. No, that's rose gold, Mum. You're surrounded by Hollywood palm, also known as light shade of copper and palm fronds. But it's like interior decorators. They've got to say, it's rose gold and Hollywood palm, special palm from Hollywood.
She's like,
Well, I'm not familiar with palm. For all I know, this is day palm. I mean, this is Erica's bedroom. We know what that's led to. So,
Well, this is really a room for you to star in, Erica.
what every mother wants to hear, Martin. Thank you. This has been fun. Now, I'm a big stickler. I don't like to see seams in wallpaper like this. I don't like
Oh my goodness, my mother has landed. I'm just so thrilled that I cannot thank you enough, Martin. Now get off our televisions.
So then Kyle and Kathy are arriving at the Bedford Breast Center, and it's time to get some mammies done.
Yeah, some mammograms and gossip. So they fill out the questionnaire talking about, because their mom died of breast cancer, and so Kyle talks about that. About her mom didn't get a mammogram for 5 years, and then by the time she found like a lump in her breast, it was stage 4, etc. So it's a good reminder, everyone get their mammograms. And then they do it, etc. And afterwards, they wind up in a room. And wait, then Kathy is getting her mammogram, and she's like, "Oh, is that Bed Bath and Beauty that you have on?" Did she? I didn't catch that. Who did she say that to?
I think the technician, and she's
Bed
like,
Bath and
"No,
Beauty."
ma'am."
Really, it smells like one of those 20% coupons that I get in the mail, covered with rain. Wow, you smell.
And Carl's like, this is not fun. This is very anxiety provoking. And so we see the scans, and Kathy's like,
Okay, here's the test I want to know. Who has bigger boobs, Kyle or me?
So they go to this like holding
"Like,
area.
ma'am, you put your boob into the ficus."
It's still squeezing, so it's doing something.
So she got a ficogram. So they go to this like holding room, and they're just like looking. Kyle's looking at her phone, and Kathy's like, "So it seems now that after the article about with Maurice, with that woman, like not everybody's used to having to see that." And Kyle's like, "Yeah, I know. Imagine how he's feeling now, knowing I saw it and all the daughters saw it. Like I know him very well. He's like freaking out. He's a cancer, right?" I'm like, maybe not at the mammogram center, but this he's a cancer.
Timing. Although I guess that's a good place to hate cancer, when you're in the mammogram place.
So
That's
she's
true.
like, "Yeah, he's a cancer, so he's very sensitive and scared. And you're so strong, Kyle. I mean, look at you freaking out right now on your phone, just scrolling for any comment about Mauricio. You're just so strong, I mean, you're the stronger one, 100%. Oh, no, I sound like him. 1,000%, 1,000%. I'm taking your husband's business, 1,000%. I support my wife making a life about your show, even though you're getting no money or permission to write anything. 1,000%.
Kathy, come back down, Kathy.
And then we see a montage of Mauricio over the years saying, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. And somewhere Paige DeSorbo is furious because she's like, it's 1,000% stealing my thing. So, 100% over and over again. And Kyle's like, well, this year's been very challenging. Anyway, I think that like I would think that he would like text and say something. I don't know why I would think that, but I think he would. And Kathy's like, what? He's a single grown man. He doesn't have to.
And she goes, "Well, when people are quiet, it tells you a lot, Kyle. Watch me. I'm going to be quiet. I can't do it. Just continue.
Kyle's like, what does it tell us? Well, if you think about it, what? He's banging someone else, Kyle. Come on. Why do I have to connect the dots?
So Kyle's like, you know what I need to do? I'm going to do it right now because he's getting more attention than me. He's getting more attention than me. So I'm going to go on Instagram and I'm going to remove wife from my Instagram bio. Because, like, why would I have wife on there with him running around with some young girl? Like,
No, okay.
you had wife on
is
there when you were running around with some girl. Why switch it now?
All right. Well, also, now that I've erased wife from my Instagram bio, it means I've freed up 4 more characters for my bio. What to use them for? Okay. How many characters are in co-star of Jamie Lee Curtis in the feature film Halloween? It's more than 4.
You know what? I'm just going to put in shrimp because Morgan really likes shrimp.
I like shrimp, guy. You got some shrimp, Kyle.
Fried shrimp, grilled shrimp, spicy shrimp,
cocktail.
popcorn shrimp.
Butterfly shrimp.
So she's basically, that's her big move. She's going to take wife off her bio. Dun, dun, dun. And, you know, she's saying it's for her own pride, but I think it's because she wants more stories about her because she's jealous that Mauricio's getting the stories. So she's like, yeah, I mean, he took off husband and father of his bio. He just put CEO of the agency. So I'm not going to have that on there. It just feels so stupid.
By the way, you also know that this is for headlines because the real retaliation move is you keep wife up and you get to say, oh, okay, well, I guess he's just kissing girls in Mykonos. I'm just the wife in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So, like, she's really sacrificing that card by doing this. Just want to say.
Yeah. And we see Mo's bio, which is interesting. Entrepreneur, CEO and founder of the agency, executive producer of Buying Beverly Hills Netflix, and co-founder American Real Estate Association.
Inventor, real estate. By the way, you know what I hate? I hate that I never really thought about the proper spelling of his abbreviated name, Mo. But in my mind, that's M-O. And he does M-A-U. And I'm sorry, I don't think that's right. Because that's Ma. I know,
I would say M-A-U. You would say M-O, but M-O is not even.
I would say M-O.
Why would you do that? Why would you do it?
Well, look. Because I think that M-A-U is Ma. And I understand that, like, in his name, it's spelled Mauricio. And, like, when in the context of a Mauricio, at the end of it, it becomes Mo. But without a Mauricio, it's Ma. And I think it should change into Mo. Sorry. I'm going to say, I'm sorry. It's a very important thing for me. It should be M-O. Okay. What's his M-O? It's not M-A-U. It's M-O. Okay.
So Kathy's like, well, I don't think that this lady knows any better. And she's like, well, clearly he doesn't know that his photo is being taken. But, like, I mean, it looked like somebody was taking that photo intentionally, Kathy. And she goes, well, not to be rude, but I mean, it's not like you're with Brad Pitt.
And Kyle keeps on saying, well, he definitely didn't know the photo's being taken. She keeps on saying that over and over and over again, which is such a strange defense. Like, it's not strange to have that defense, but like that she keeps coming back to it. It's very curious to me. So Kathy's like, well,
like, secret, like, you think it's weird that she's saying, well, it's not like he did it on purpose because he didn't know that picture was being taken, right? That's how I'm taking it. Like, it's not like he was trying to hurt me because he didn't see somebody taking his picture. It was like a hidden camera or something. So it's not like he was trying to hurt me or anything.
I almost feel like
this girl is doing it. It's the woman who's purposely making the picture known so she can get more publicity. You know, it's like, oh, same old with Kyle.
There could be that, or maybe it's like an overcompensation. So that way, like, she probably thinks that he's aware. Everyone thinks that this photo was staged, but she's trying to take the high road. But I'm like, no, he had no idea. I'm gonna take the high road on this one. But it's like, it's ringing inauthentic to me, and I don't know what the motive is, but it's ringing inauthentic. So Kathy's like, well, we've all heard about all the rumors about him, and it's embarrassing, it's humiliating, but you know. We've really never seen a picture. Nobody's ever come out. Like, he's not in a position financially to pay anyone off. Which
what did that mean?
I just love. I mean, well, is the implication that he's in some sort of arrears and some debt, or is it just that Kathy Hilton's so wealthy that Mauricio's considerable wealth to her just seems like a very poor person? Like, oh well, he only has about $300 million in his account, so he barely has a dime to his name.
I mean, how much does it cost to pay people off? $90 trillion? I mean, come on. He doesn't really have that.
Yeah, because I think he's pretty rich. I mean, the agency's a pretty huge deal. I mean, it's all across America all of a sudden. I mean, I'm sure he's pretty rich, but I don't know. What does Kathy know? Tell me what he knows.
So Kathy's like, let's find out what she does. Kyle's like, I don't even care, but if you want to look it up, fine. Here's her LinkedIn and here's her Instagram. And also I found her DMV records. I don't even care.
I got a piece of DNA off the brush that she used there, so maybe you could run that through someone. Not that I really care. Okay.
Her name is Estella, and she's 4% Chinese. Oh, she beat me. She beat me.
Well, I thought it was that lady. You know, she reminds me of the lady with the dancing. Okay, Kathy. Okay, I don't want to keep talking about her so much. Okay, I also found, here's her criminal record, so you can look at that and talk about that on camera. I don't want to talk about her anymore.
Carl, this is going to cost $19.99 to run the DNA. You're really low on cash, though, right? You don't have the kind of money to pay the DNA people off.
I don't want to talk about her. Here's some security cam footage of her at a Carvel. I do not want to talk about her.
Why do her fingerprints look like rhinoceroses? Am I right? Look at these things.
Can you believe she wrote about Snow White in her senior thesis? Oh my God, I don't even know who this person is.
Oh my God, thank God we're here. I got my hands on her last pap smear. But not that I care. Not that I really care. Cool.
Oh my God, I found it.
Where'd that come from?
Look at this discarded box of Cheez-Its that was in her trash. I mean, how disgusting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. Sorry to interrupt your scene. I actually left those on accident. All right. Back to the car. Have a good one, Kyle. Meme me soon, darling.
You know, this Cheez-It box was from me because I taped a meme to it. It's kind of our thing.
I was like, oh my God, is this her? She's just a little girl.
No, Kathy, that's a little girl sitting in the back seat going,
Oh, okay.
It's a meme, Kathy.
All right.
I just realized what you were doing.
little girl in the back seat giving that dirty look like, what the hell?
So she's like, well, it's Estella. It's Estella. She's like,
I don't care what her name is.
it's like, you're right. But it does remind me of when he put that picture of the Dancing with the Stars lady in your
Kathy, stop it.
Okay, well, I just, you know what? It could be somebody else next week. So why even worry about this girl?
She's like, yeah, I mean, like, she goes, yeah, like, who cares? And Kathy's like,
I mean, she could be a nice person, you know, she could be nice. Who knows, you know, but you have to digest it, Kyle. You have to digest it. Okay.
Kyle's like, we don't say the D word on this show. So Kathy's like, well, he clearly did not orchestrate it, but you know, like there are other ways of finding out who did. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, honk, honk, armpit, armpit fart, armpit fart.
One ringy dingy, two ringy dingy.
Once again, Kathy, I do not care. Are you calling TMC or are you just going to keep saying one ringy dingy, two ringy dingy?
Kathy, what's great about this is that Kathy has a whole arsenal of tricks to shut down stories, aka you just pay someone off and to get to the bottom of things, which of course she does because you're not the mother of Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton without these tools. But it's just so funny how ready she is to employ them.
Yeah, I wish she had. I want to know who did it. This is the biggest mystery of the year, on this show at least. So then the doctor comes in, and I just think it's so funny because her name is Alyssa Wantabi, and I just think it's so funny that Kyle has a doctor named Wannabe. It's like so fucking perfect for Kyle.
So
Hi, I'm Dr. Alyssa Wannabe, Doctor of Thirst. Kyle, do you want to get these results, or should we wait for your Amazon Live?
So this lady, she just comes in and she's like, hi, I'm the radiologist. Everything looks fine. I'm just going to smile because I don't know what to do with myself. I'm on TV talking to Kathy Hilton right now. Oh my God, what a fan. So Kathy's like, do we get stickers on lollipops? And she's like, well, I'll look to see if we have lollipops. No, well, I got a guy. I can call someone up. One ringy, two ringy, get a little sticker. Okay, Kathy, relax.
So now let's go to Sutton, the store in West Hollywood, which nobody knew it was the last days of this store. So she's going through her inventory, lots of, you know, weird khaki uniforms from the 50s for like, I don't know, storage workers. And she's like, we got some situations here. This is an extra large. It doesn't need to be in this pile. I want the mediums here and I want the extra larges over there, Avi.
So Garcelle shows up. She's like, hello. She goes, oh, come on, sit down. Okay, let's get away from the t-shirts because I'll go insane. What can I get you? Well, whatever you're going to have. Well, it's after 5, so I'm going insane with this freaking fashion show. So let's get some hard liquor up in here because the last thing I need is more accusations of being an alcoholic. Okay, so what do you want?
So they start drinking, and she talks about how her mom's supposed to come, but her flight at 8 in the morning was canceled. So,
No.
It's a big deal. Garcelle,
No.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
No.
I'm not
No.
kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Wait, did Reba show them her comp card? You don't have one of those. No.
I did show them her picture in case she got lost, and they said she just took out Mario, so we're trying to catch her. So that was rough. That was a rough one. And so she says that there's a flight outage, and it was when there was that big outage across the country, and everything was grounded. And so she's like, oh, typical Sutton style. Even the national grid is coming after my pride and happiness.
Turns out Kathy Hilton's not the only one who can put a phone call in. Reba's like, hello, air traffic control. What does a sweet old lady from Augusta, Georgia have to do to ground all the planes in America so I don't have to go to Los Angeles? Thank you very much.
I know you see on the news. It turns out the outage was caused by an old woman uploading a virus. She got an email from a Nigerian prince claiming that he had an inheritance for her.
She's like doing war games like with Matthew Broderick or something. Just like, all right, I'm uploading it to the system. And it's like the net. It's like those progress bars. That's like, okay, 30 more seconds. All planes are now officially grounded and I'm staying in Augusta.
That shit's funny.
So she's like, well, she's going to come tomorrow. I just got a text and her flight is going to be coming tomorrow. So we hope. Fingers crossed. And so she's like, yeah, I've never done a fashion show, but I've been to a lot of fashion shows and I know what I like. Okay. I just want it to be fun and gorgeous. I want someone just dressed like they're hired to pick up golf balls off the ground. That's what I want. It's my dream.
And by the way, Garcelle, your son is going to be walking. And then we see Jade, flashback to Jade posing. And son's like, this is a big deal for him to walk in a fashion show for a boutique that's about to close down. And Garcelle's like, yes, this is your night. Take it in. Well, there's not going to be any bullshit in my night. I want all of our friends to feel welcome. So, you know what? Invite Dorit or poor Reed. Here's the closest she's going to get to high fashion in a long time. Okay. So I don't know. Am I going to invite her? Am I not going to invite her? And Garcelle goes, that is the question.
So then we see a montage of all this fighting, Porit, and all of this good stuff. And then Garcelle's like, oh, I mean, it's just never done. Dorit and Sutton, it bleeds into something else, and then it blows up, and there's never going to be a resolution between those two. I mean, I haven't even had a chance to talk about this. I've built a beach house, and I've never been prouder.
It's like people forget that I have a beach house in Oxnard. So Garcelle's like, well, what about a group text? She goes, oh, should I do a group text? Yes, that's what I said. What about a group text?
Do people on Cricket get the same text that the people on Verizon get?
Well, it's up to her if she wants to come or not. Okay, can we get to, by the way, okay, can we just talk about Kyle now? Can we gossip about Kyle now? So Garcelle pulls out a tabloid video of Mauricio and the girlfriend on the phone, you know, and Garcelle's like, well, look at this. Look at this. Look at this hug. What is she wearing? It's not Kyle but Alien 2. No.
The girl what's she wearing, like a thong bikini with a cover up over it, right? I mean, I'm guessing they're in some luxurious resort in Greece. And she's like, okay.
I think they're
go
at
to
the airport still.
Why not? I don't think it's that crazy to wear this. Can we just leave the woman alone? The woman didn't do anything. I don't know what everybody's mad at her for, you know?
I like Sutton. She goes, oh, Mauricio, get your dentures out. Because you know what? She's your daughter's age. And I think that Kyle needs to say, enough. It's like, well, it's still her ex-husband. Well, he's not her ex-husband. It's her husband that she's holding on to for a pipe dream and Cinderella. Well, guess what? You didn't lose one shoe. You done lost two shoes.
And Garcelle's like,
Girl, you about to lose the house. That's what you're gonna lose.
Jesus Christ, these ladies are vicious. So, and I don't even like Kyle. And I was like, damn. And so like,
I
well,
loved it.
I think Kyle's holding out for this moment of Maurizio, coming back and being like, "Oh, it's a terrible mistake. I'm moving back in." But I hope that Kyle sees through what he's doing. I hope she sees right through it.
Sutton is never more triggered than when she's discussing divorce or when she's around people who are divorced. So triggered, shady Sutton is just such a great form of her. And just telling Kyle that she lost both of her slippers is it's so cruel. I love it. So because I could also see Kyle being that Cinderella, be like, okay, well, who has the other slipper? I actually left my other slipper at the steps of the palace by accident, so I can't verify that they belong to me.
So now they're basically just kind of making fun of Kyle, and she's like, she needs to wake up. Does she not realize Mauricio has moved on? What does it take? Now, we've both been through it, and there's ways to handle it like adults, and that's called attorneys. And when anybody wants to get a divorce, that's when we're going to have a real good girls' night.
Hey everyone, this is the end of part 1 of this recap. For part 2, keep an eye on your podcast feed. It is coming up in just a moment. Thanks so much for listening. Catch you on the second half.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster. It's Always Automatic with Ashley Auto.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp. Catherine DiBernardo has our Hardo.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offutt.
Dana C, Dana Do.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Etchels!
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Erin McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey. You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones. I go, you go, we all go for Hugo.
Hava Nagila Weber.
We could all learn from Jennifer Kearns.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
Knock, knock, knocking on Katie Mannock's door. She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B.
Bringing the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry. We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell, it's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman.
Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
She's got a leg up. It's Beth Ani.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
It's our queen, it's Queen Laifah.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She gets an A, it's Kelly B.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.